Johan, what did you think when you first saw the ship?
Holy shit! Seriously, the first time I saw it, it's like, wow, it's awesome. Like, I only seen it on pictures before and never, but the first time you see it real life, yeah, it was amazing.
Have there ever been like thoughts about well, people would not receive it right, that it could maybe a little bit ridiculous because it's not like, I don't know, 30 meters long, but it has to fit a stage? Or have you been, let's say, confident with this from the very beginning?
I mean, of course, you never really know what to expect, but the way we planned it and the way it like when we saw what the Jomsvikings actually did, because they were the ones who built it, you saw that this is something that's really going to be cool at the end anyways, and when you finally saw it on stage, it was perfect, and yeah, I really thought it was a good thing.
Summer Breeze Festival was the first time that you have, let's say, such a huge item on stage, because it was the first gig with that, let's say, ship on stage. How did your, let's say, stage acting for all of the band, let's say, change? Because of course there's like, put it approximately, like, I don't know, 15 or 20 square meters left space to walk around, and so there might be a little bit of change in behavior and stage acting.
Well, I mean, there's actually not a lot of space gone missing. It's only that you have different levels to it. But I mean, you just want it to be everywhere at once. I mean, you want it to be on the ship and in front of the palisades and down on stage and in front of the ship, everywhere at once. So I think we actually moved more during this show than we've done ever before. Everybody was running around like crazy, but it was cool. I really thought it worked out really well.
Only, let's say, only to be on the ship, close the ship, yeah, to kind of test it out.
Yeah, I mean, I immediately realized that I'm going to stand on the ship when when the curtain drops, and I did, and it was perfect. It was brilliant.
Is it that the band Amon Amarth has been, let's say, involved in the whole process of building this ship?
Yeah, I mean, we've had specifications, of course, to what we wanted and how we wanted to look, and of course, it's a cooperation between us and, well, primarily Daniel Alt from the Jomsvikings, who's literally behind this, him and the people from his workshop. So yeah, it's been like we've been very much involved from the very start.
So, and of course, what we can say, you know, as Metal Hammer Magazine, and what we got from reaction from the fans and from the crowds, talking to them at the Summer Breeze Festival, everybody was really impressed, and they really liked it, and it added some, let's say, some more, a surplus, so to say, to a even already big Amon Amarth show. Yeah. So, it was the first time, and how is, let's say, the future use of this item on stage? What can you say about that?
I mean, we of course need big stages to be able to use it, but we are trying to figure out, you know, how to put this big stage thing to use in the future as well. But we'll see what happens next year, like what kind of festivals we play, and if it's a lot of cost that comes with bringing this on the tour, like on a festival as well. It's not just, you know, get it over there, but we need people to set it up and to transport it and everything. So it might be a bit different, but of course we want to use it as much as possible.
So left the aspects of cost aside, if there is, let's say, if you have a huge tour, a headlining tour coming up, and there are big stages, it's also possible not only for like festival gigs, but also for your headlining shows.
The idea is to for us to maybe be able to bring not maybe the whole thing, but like a smaller section of it as a stage setup. But we haven't really worked out exactly how that is supposed to be able to happen. But hopefully we could do that.
You just mentioned it, that the building of that ship has been in very, let's say, close correlation and relationship with the Jomsvikings. What can you say about the relationship between your band, Amon Amarth, and the Jomsvikings since the beginning of the Viking contest back in 2005?
It's just been growing stronger and stronger. You know, we've really been getting a good cooperation going with those guys, and it's always a lot of fun when we meet up together during different circumstances. And you know, even if they're not part of the show, like they sometimes come out to the show when we play here in Germany and stuff like that, and we hang out, have a couple of beers, and just have a laugh. And they're good guys, you know. We really enjoy hanging out with those guys as well. But they're really doing a great job for us, and we appreciate everything that they've done. You know, it's brilliant stuff.
Have there been like any thoughts? What if? What would there have been? Let's say a ship like this without the Jomsvikings? Have there been plans, and it only, like they say, came into being due to the contact to Sana, Daniel Alt, and the Jomsvikings?
I mean, maybe you never know. I think that maybe down the line, sure, it might have happened, but I just think that I'm not sure if it would have been as good without the Jomsvikings. I somehow doubt that. You know, they did a great job with it. Yeah.
It's obvious that Amon Amarth is a very active and very, let's say, a band which is doing a lot and very busy all the time. But of course, you played a lot of festivals this summer and huge crowds. And but you know what people are very interested in is what's coming up next year with the new album. I mean, you're busy, but has there been time maybe on tour in between? I don't know, to work on some new material already?
Not really. We're gonna tour until the end of this year, and then we're going to start writing new material. So we're going to start working on stuff next year, and I think the plan is to record something like around summer, like late spring, summer, May, June or something. But it's nothing is really certain yet, so we'll see what happens with that. But that's sort of the plan, anyways. So hopefully next year a new album will be out eventually.
So maybe expect like late autumn, maybe November.
If we're lucky, yeah, I hope so. All right,
thank you very much.